March Boxing, and I'm back at it. Post-fight review. WBO title on the line. Bud Crawford defending his strap against Shawn Porter. Very good fight. Very entertaining fight. Gotta give it up to both Guerrero warriors. Both of them are warriors, you know what I mean? And they put on a show over there in Las Vegas. Look at Bud Crawford family. His wifey, his sister. His wifey looked like she lost some weight. She did. Huh? She was on the far left. There goes Spence. There goes Spence. What they mad about? If you mad about it, Spence, do something. Go ahead and fight that man. Yeah, Bud's wife definitely lost some weight. Wow, what a fight. Gotta give it up to both guys, man. Congratulations to Bud, but I was very impressed with Shawn Porter. He came to fight, you know what I mean? You know, the first two rounds I gave it to Shawn Porter. The second round was close. Let's hear Shawn Porter right quick. Quick post-fight interview. Usually they talk to the winner first. Shawn Porter, all losses are world championship losses. Look at Kenny Porter. That was a good. They put it on for tonight, man. Both of them. Yeah, I don't know if Pop should have stopped that fight, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, but um, he probably knew what in the inevitable was about to happen. Bud might have gone ape shit on him while he hurt him. You know what I mean? Man, class act. Shawn Porter's a class act. Always has been. And he follows me on Twitter. And I followed him back. What the hell is a crime? Kenny Porter, why you stop the fight? That's some nice shines he got. That's what you call it? A curb joint, a curb chain. People booing the Pops, man. The Pops look good for his age. Look like his brother, right? Nah, man. Your son took all the information well, man. It's just levels to this, you know what I mean? Be March Boxing, hit that thumbs up on your way in and on your way out. Nah, it's not about it not defending himself. When he threw all them punches and bunches, he leave himself open, you know? And that's exactly how he got caught by Spence. You know what I mean? Throwing his left hook, Spence's left hook landed first. But in this instance tonight, it was throwing combination punches and kind of wild coming forward. Almost like how Marquez caught Pacquiao. You know, look, man, you're going to get hurt, man, especially with a precise puncher like Bud Crawford. Let's hear what Bud got to say. Bud Crawford's biggest fight of his career, and he gets a stoppage. Boy, if he ain't the number one pound for pound fighter on the planet, nobody is. Only man to me in boxing, skill for skill, God can match this man is Alexander Usyk and Naoya the Monster Inoue. Because the Naoya the Monster Inoue, it breaks you down. He beats the shit out of you. And this is a fight game, the hurt game. Yes, you did, and used the clinch game. But Crawford came through tonight, y'all. Definitely did, man. Yeah, so the first two rounds, I gave it to Porter. Porter was the more aggressive guy. Bud was collecting data. I'm saying? He was in the orthodox stance, picking up data. The second round was close, but the first was definitely a Porter round. Let's hear what he got to say about Spence. That's the fight the world want to see. Bud. I don't care if Spence got two straps. He got to fight Bud Crawford. He got to come see that man. He said, get his tail out his butt. Man, Bud Crawford, man, he beat the shit out that man in that round, y'all. Yeah. Spence should be ashamed of himself for letting Shawn Porter come here and fight this man. And he hasn't been willing to take the step up. You know what I mean? Put your two straps on the line. So round 3, I gave it to the man, Bud Crawford. He switched to orthodox. You know what I'm saying? He was landing the body shots. He was timing the man Shawn Porter with some nice counter shots. There was an accidental headbutt in round 3 that cut the man Shawn Porter's eye. You know what I'm saying? And Shawn Porter has a little weak scar tissue. He's been cut numerous times on that right eye specifically. So it was bound to, get cut, especially from a headbutt. And Shawn Porter is a guy who leads with his head a lot. Hence why what happened to him happened in the 10th round tonight. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford, man, salute to that man. That man put on for a show tonight in Las Vegas. Rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, I gave it to Bud. Bud actually got cut with an accidental headbutt himself in round 6. But rounds 4, 5, and 6 and 7 was all Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? He was throwing the left hand, timing the man Sean Porter. You know what I mean? When they would get on the inside, the man uh, Bud Crawford would clinch, and that was a good strategy. Wow, bang! Tommy Hearns, Detroit, the hitman. My man Tommy Hearns in the house. One of the greatest ever. First guys who put me on the boxing. That's why this guy, I'll always revere the hitman Hearns anytime I see him. You know, um, the man Bud Crawford, was timing the man with perfect body shots. His body shot game was on point. His jab, not so much. It was kind of flickering out a jab, but he was fighting in the southpaw stance, so his jab is really his strong hand. So he wasn't necessarily using it like a jab, just pumping out that jab. He's throwing kind of overhand, kind of jab, kind of right over the man Sean Porter's jab. You know what I mean? His left hand jab. And he was basically breaking the man down. You know what I mean? I gave Sean Porter the eighth round. You know what I'm saying? He actually hurt Bud Crawford in the eighth round. You know what I mean? With a short right hand over the temple. You could see Bud Crawford's knees buckle a little bit. I was like, uh-oh. Bud Crawford backed up a little bit. And, Bud wasn't clinching at that moment. That's how I knew he was hurt. He was trying to return fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was a dangerous position right there. If all it takes is one punch and he could go down, possibly get knocked out, you know what I mean? But he had his composure, you know what I'm saying? I gave round 8, and it was a good round, starting with Sean Bud Crawford landing some mean right hands and lefts um, um, on the man Sean Porter in the beginning of round 8. But I thought that the man Sean Porter finished off the round strong, and especially when he hurt that man. You know what I'm saying? Round 9, I gave it to the man Bud Crawford. You know, the man was basically now hitting him with the body shots and opening him up. Now the man um, Sean Porter is throwing punches and bunches, and he's getting clipped. You know what I mean? He's getting clipped with all kinds of shots while he's coming forward. And in the 10th round, Bud Crawford catches him with a beautiful left hand. You know what I mean? And the right over the top. It was a left uppercut and put the man on his back seat of his pockets. Boom. That's a 10-8 round already. The man gets up, they boxing, and the man Sean Porter gets caught yet again coming in, throwing punches and bunches. Bud Crawford is just being elusive with his reflexes, timing him, backing up, taking a step back. He caught him with a nice right hand over the top, kind of on like the neck and jaw area. Boom. And that kind of hurt. That was the beginning of the end for Sean Porter. Yeah, I mean, from there on, he was hurt. The man, Bud Crawford went in for a barrage of punches, finished him off with the left, and it took Sean Porter quite a while to get up. He took him by to the eighth to the 8 count. You know what I mean? And before you know it, man, his pop stopped the fight. It's a wrap. He stopped the fight. 10th round stoppage for the man Sean Porter, man. Excellent. I'm sorry, Bud Crawford. It's an excellent display of finishing, and he's one of the best finishers, if not the best finisher in boxing. And that's how he knocked out the man and stopped the man Sean Porter. You know what I mean? To the point where his pops had to stop the fight. In Bud Crawford's most difficult fight of his career, as far as opponent, most accomplished guy, a 2-time welterweight champion in Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Nobody else whom he had fought, except the man Gamboa, who was also a 2-time champion in 2 different weight classes, 126, and I believe maybe 135. Might have had a regular belt over there at 135. You know what I mean? But definitely the most accomplished fighter, the most dangerous fighter, and Bud Crawford stops him inside the distance. You know what I mean? Gotta give it up there. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Mike 104 says, shout out Porter. Damn, son. Absolutely, man. Shout out to Porter. Porter has a vicious resume, G. Man, from Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, Broner, Spence, Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas, Berto, all these guys I mentioned are for world champions or former world champions or current. You know what I mean? Errol Spence. You check it? I said Errol Spence. Excuse me, Bud Crawford tonight. He has the best resume in the welterweight division. No question about it. You know what I mean? And he put on tonight, but the best man won. Boxing Learner says not happy with Kenny. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the stoppage either. Mike 104 says threw Shawn under the bus. Absolutely. Mike 104 said Shawn didn't prepare right. I don't know, fam. He was the same Shawn Porter we always seen slugging, swarming. He would definitely was. Mike 104 says Terrance Crawford thinks it was a good stoppage. Good to know. Errol Spence dipped out when the fight ended. LOL, he not trying to see him right now. Yeah, I don't know why he dipped out. What's he mad about? He's mad the Pops threw in the towel. Yeah, you see how these guys, Errol Spence, you can see how these guys' mentality. You know, he's like, damn, man. Now they're going to say Bud Crawford got the stoppage and I went the distance with this guy. And some people even thought that Shawn Porter won the fight. I don't know. I don't think Shawn Porter won that fight. I actually had that fight 8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5 at worst for the man Errol Spence. I thought he won the fight comfortably. Of course he went through adversity. People think just because a man gets hit in the face in a boxing fight, a man you don't like, then he lost the fight. Nah, man. Errol Spence won that fight. But how Errol Spence dipped out and rolled out, it was kind of like a sore loser. Like you mad that the man Bud got the win inside the distance, and you went like, no, fight. Just say, okay, dogs, I won't fight you. Come, you should have came into the ring face to face. Should have came into the ring face to face. You came all the way from Dallas to Las Vegas. Should have came into the ring and said, Bud Crawford, let's do this. Um, Good Day says, great analysis. Crawford's counter left was nasty. Absolutely, man. When he was in the southpaw, like I said, he wasn't really using his jab as a stiff jab, you know what I mean, to keep this guy in place. He was using it as a counter, especially over the man, Shawn Porter's jab, trying to punch over his jab, trying to go over the top, you know what I mean? And that's how he ended the fight. It was a right hand over the top from the southpaw stance, which is really his jab hand, and he clocked him right over the top on the jaw ear area, and then he finished him with a barrage of punches. Main boxing biker, Wagwan, big man. How you feeling, man? He says, I think premature stoppage. You know, hey, man. I wanted to see the man get up and Bud really finish him, but the Pops threw in the towel. What could we do? That's not on Bud. It's not on the not. It's not like the ref saved him. His pop saved his son from what was going to be the inevitable. I believe he would have got stopped because that man, Shawn Porter almost didn't get up for that 10 count. He almost didn't get up. He took about 8, 9. That's when he got up. I thought he was about to get called for a 10 count and stoppage. Not a stoppage, but a knockout. Uh, boxing biker says where AB dropped Porter, he took time to get up too. Yeah, he did. But he was definitely going to get up. He was winning almost every round against Broner. He just got caught slipping in the 12th round. He shook his head, sat there on the canvas, and he was like, damn, man, I'm tripping. I'm beating this man's ass, and he caught me. He was not as hurt as he was tonight. Main Boxing Biker says, I think Porter might have still been in the fight, but I did win money on the Bud to win 6-12. That's what's up, man. What you picked a stoppage, that's what's up. Between round 6 and 12, that's a good look. Javier Orozco says, Crawford can get the Canelo smoke too. Boy, please. Bud Crawford would whoop Canelo's ass right now. Tell Canelo to stay off the steroids and don't give that man, don't try and drain the man Bud Crawford and don't give him no rehydration clause come fight night. Bud will whoop his ass. I bet you $5,000 straight up and down. $5,000, Orozco. We can do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, Bud Crawford, man, definitely put on tonight. Definitely, you know, the world wants to see Spence versus Bud. There ain't nothing else to it. You know, Bud needs to get his hands on the man, Dennis Ugas. But more than likely, especially now since Bud won, PBC will have that man Ugas fight his mandatory, and Spence will get Ugas next. You know what I mean? Just so they could try to get the man Spence 3 straps so he could have leverage when it comes to negotiations. You know what I mean? For a Spence and Shawn Bud Crawford fight. Now, I mean, I was watching Drink Champs today, Ghostface and Raekwon on the Nori joint. Even Ghostface Killer was talking about Spence and Crawford, man. How long we gonna keep talking about that? You know what I mean? That's what we need to see. Main Boxing Biker says Bud owes Ugas a whipping. Yeah, absolutely. Manny Pacquiao ducked Bud Crawford since 2015. Since 2015, he ducked that man. Dennis Ugas got the opportunity to beat the old Manny Pacquiao. Great. He beat a legend. No shame in Manny Pacquiao's game. You know what I mean? That loss doesn't make or break him. Dennis Ugas got his a little name recognition. It's only right Terrance Crawford tried to get a hold of the man, Dennis Ugas, and show the world what he could have done to Pacquiao. That Dennis Ugas got to him first. Because, Pacquiao ain't want no smoke with the man. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. But yes, indeed. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Shout out to every one of y'all. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being respectful as usual. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. You know what I mean? Main Boxing Biker says Bud owes Danny Garcia too. Yeah, Danny Garcia never wanted no smoke with that man, Bud Crawford. His feet too slow, man. His feet too slow. He been ducking him since the amateurs. So, but Danny Garcia, man, he need to do something. He need to do something in his career right about now. I thought he looked decent versus Errol Spence. You know what I mean? But right now, what could he? Where can he go right now? He's trying to campaign at 154. He gotta get his feet wet before he starts talking about fighting Jamel Charlos in them. And he could possibly beat Jamel Charlo because Jamel Charlo's not that good. Never was. Mike 104 says Errol Spence bolted out immediately. That tells me everything I need to know. Absolutely. So, big ups to all y'all in the chat. Bud gets the stoppage in the 10th round, retains his WBO welterweight title. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone. Peace.